All right. Before we go over these warm-up problems, let's go over the homework. Okay? Any questions on number 3, given the vertex and the point? Again, some of you are still not finding the A value. All right? Make sure you find the A value by plugging these in. Okay, remember, the point that they give us, we plug in for X and Y. The vertex they give us, that point, we plug in for H and K. All right? Remember, vertex form is this. Y equals A times the quantity X minus H squared plus K. All right? So that's the formula we plug in. You have to figure out this A value to get the right answer, to get the full answer. Okay? Just plugging them in and leaving it is not good enough. Okay? Questions? We good on 3? All right, number 4. All right? For the x-intercepts, one of these is P, one of these is Q. It doesn't matter which one's which. For the point, that's still the X and the Y. Here's the formula. Y equals, there's A again that we have to figure out. X minus P times X minus Q. All right, so you have to figure out that A value. And what you do then, rewrite the equation in intercept form. Okay, so we have 3 forms of the quadratics, right? We've got intercept form, that's this one. That's vertex form. What's the third one? Third one's standard, right? What is that? Anybody? One on your calculator when we do these other ones. What's the calculator give us when we do the table ones? AX squared plus BX plus C. That's standard form. So those are the 3 forms of our quadratic equation. Okay. Now that one we did yesterday with that was the fuel efficiencies, and it didn't make sense, right? Well, the reason it didn't make sense, I told you to round to hundreds. Well, we can't round to hundreds because it won't give us the right. If we only go to hundreds in a quadratic, it's not going to give us the right answer when we plug in if we round to hundreds. So as you can see, the homework that I did on those, I went out to 5 decimal places. All right, you'll be much more accurate. So go out to 5 decimal places when we do the table ones, where we're the modeling ones. Okay. So one like this. All right. We having any issues putting it in our calculator and finding the quadratic regression buttons? We all okay on those? So we're good? So that's something that I should have checked beforehand yesterday, because when we did it, it didn't make sense. We figured it was between 40 and 45 miles per hour, and we got like 60 something miles per hour. That's because we rounded it too soon. Right. So when we have our chapter test next Wednesday, all right, on those couple problems that we have like those, go out to like 5 decimal places. Then you'll be more accurate. Okay? All right, so back to the warm-up. Let's give ourselves some room here. All right, so this seemed to be these 2 types of problems, or these are both really much the same type. On the last quiz, these seem to give us some issues. So I wanted to review this because there's a couple of these on the practice and the test, okay? So The function's transformed left 3, okay? So that's a horizontal, left and right, correct? So what do I write, or what do I do to the x if I'm going left 3? Plus 3, right? Correct? Is that working now? Why isn't that working? Over there for you guys. Not the same page. Let's see. I don't know what happened. Oh well, I guess you have to look to the main screen. I don't know what happened there. All right. So, since we're going left 3, what did you guys tell me? Add 3, right? Plus 3. Okay, it's the opposite of what you think on this, right? So, that's in place of the x, right here, right? Okay, usually we made it g of x in the others, but it doesn't matter what you make it. All right? So, where the x is, to move it left 3, we're going to write x plus 3 at both of them. Okay? So we're going to simplify that. We're going to clean it up first before we do the vertical stretch. Okay? Don't try to do both at the same time. Okay? So, remember, here on the side, we'll do it in a different color. X plus 3 squared means x plus 3 times x plus 3. Some of you are still just writing x squared plus 9. That is incorrect. Focus now. Some of you are just looking down. Some of you writing for something else. Pay attention, please. So we FOIL this. X times x. First. Outside. X times 3. Inside. 3 times x. Last. 3 times 3. Okay? So, over here, going this way, we have the 5, and we have this simplified. X squared plus 6x plus 9. On the last quiz, you guys would have the x squared and the 9, but you were forgetting the 6x. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you. All right? So make sure we take care of that. And then I'll just leave it like this for now. Nothing there I've done yet. Questions? Okay. Now, I got to distribute. I'm still not done cleaning this up or simplifying. I got to distribute the 5 and the negative 3. All right? So I got 5x squared plus 30x plus 45 negative 3x negative 9. You guys can all do that math, right? That algebra stuff. Combining like terms, it looks like 30 minus 3 is 27, and 45 minus 9 is 36. Okay, so that's just transforming it left 3. But we're not done. Some of you got this far last time, and then you forgot the second part. Vertically stretched by 4. Vertically is up and down. That's the y. Okay? G of x is like y equals. If you want to just put y equals, that's okay. So, what do I do with that 4 and the y? You just multiply, right? The whole thing. So we're multiplying the y, which is this whole thing we just simplified, all of it by 4. So the answer then is 20x squared plus, what's that, 108x, and then 4 times 36 would be 144. No, 24. Is that right? No, 54. What am I doing here? Was I right the first time?
Yeah.
I was. I'm doubting my calculator. There we go. All right. Questions? Okay. The other one. The first step is a vertical compression by a third. So all I do with the 1/3 is what? Yeah, multiply. Just like we did with the 4, right? When it's vertical, we just multiply the whole thing. So we'll just do y equals instead of g of x. We're going 1/3 times the whole thing, which was that. What's 1/3 times -2? Well, what's 1 times -2? -2. So 1/3 times -2 is -2/3. Followed by a shift down 4. Another vertical move, right? Down. So how do I show going down 4? Anybody? -4. Thank you. So that one was a little bit less work, right? So you're going to have a few of those on our practice test and our test. So I just wanted to go over those because we hadn't done those for a while. Okay? Any questions? So nothing new. The rest of the period you have to work on your practice test. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to do this first.